Yes, deception is everywhere, and I would like you to be vigilant, my beloved uh, people of God. And today, I'm I received this information from a friend in Scotland. So I hope and pray that this 7-minute video clip will give us some understanding as to what is happening actually in our time today. Let me share my screen. So let's hear this together. I hope my audio will serve me well today.
Two recent bombshells in the news. One, in a European Union COVID hearing, Pfizer's president of international developed markets, Janine Small, admitted that Pfizer did not test if their vaccine would stop transmission. Dutch MEP Rob Roos posted the following on Twitter on October 11th.
If you don't get vaccinated, you're antisocial. This is what the Dutch Prime Minister and Health Minister told us. You don't get vaccinated just for yourself, but also for others. You do it for all of society. That's what I said. Today, this turned out to be complete nonsense. In a COVID hearing in the European Parliament, one of the Pfizer directors just admitted to me, at the time of introduction, the vaccine had never been tested on stopping the transmission of the virus. This removes the entire legal basis for the COVID passport. The COVID passport that led to massive institutional discrimination as people lost access to essential parts of society. I find this to be shocking, even criminal. Please watch the video until the end.
Voor u, mevrouw Small, heb ik de volgende vraag waar ik een duidelijk antwoord op wil. And I will speak in English so there are no misunderstandings. Was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? If not, please say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to share the data with this committee? And I really want a straight answer, yes or no, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping immunization before it's entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market.
So she said, the speed of science. Okay, can you tell me, Janine, what is the speed of science? How fast is the speed of science? The speed of science, what exactly is that supposed to mean?
This is scandalous. Millions of people worldwide felt forced to get vaccinated because of the myth that you do it for others. Now, this turned out to be a cheap lie. This should be exposed. Please share this video.
I'll also say well done to Dutch MEP Rob Roos. So this news certainly has made a lot of jabbed folks sit up and take notice, and some of them have begun to question why they even took the jabs to begin with. Obviously, this confirms what we've known all along, that the narrative about how you don't just take the jab to protect yourself, you take it to protect other people, that was always a lie, and simply another form of social coercion to encourage jab uptake, just like the vaccine passports, just like the lie of asymptomatic transmission. The reaction on social media has been varied, it's fair to say. At least more people are awake. But ego and the ability for people to engage in denial is not to be underestimated. Many people just won't easily accept that they've been hoodwinked all along. As a result, there are still those who still claim that by taking the jab, you are doing your duty for society and protecting others, because even though it may not stop transmission, it will reduce severe illness and potentially prevent hospitalization. As a result, it will mean that you will be one less burden on the system. So that's the kind of harebrained logic at work in their mind, which allows them to justify the idea that you take the jab for other people. A lot of people on our side are making a very big deal about the Pfizer admission, and it is a big deal. But in truth, over the past 2 years, we've had plenty of gotchas, smoking guns, whistleblowers, and real scientific data that has debunked the narrative on COVID and highlighted the dangers of the jabs. This latest Pfizer reveal is only one in a long list. Now, it's still very important, but what I'm saying is You can never rely on one single event to wake people up. The awakening is a gradual process with many steps along the way, regardless of what most people might think of the true reasons behind the cost of living crisis and the agendas of the World Economic Forum, the EU, or the UN, for example. At least public trust in institutions and authority is beginning to decline as a result of the fact that the COVID narrative and the narrative around the jabs is beginning to collapse. I believe that distrust in authority is the first step towards mass non-compliance, which we've needed for so long now. But here's another bombshell. This is the second one, and it's even more significant. Romanian MEP, the brilliant Christian Terez, has recently revealed the following.
A year ago, I requested Emma to submit some details and data to me because I wanted to have an informed decision, I would say, when I voted in favor or against the green certificate. And one of the questions that I asked Emma is to send me all the trials, the tests, the clinical trials that all these medical companies had done, either in animals or in humans, before they requested the marketing authorization. So in the case of Pfizer, here's something interesting. Homework. When they submitted the information and the clinical trials to Pfizer, here's all the tests that they submitted along with their request. They submitted a clinical trial that started in January 14th, 2020. I asked yesterday the representative of Pfizer and she declined to answer. How is it possible that we, the world, found out in December of 2019 that there is a COVID or coronavirus, as it's called, in China, December of 2019. On January the 11th, the Chinese government released the DNA data or a segment of it to the public, and 3 days later, Pfizer already started the tests for this vaccine. How is that possible? She did not answer. In the case of Moderna, and I've asked the CEO of Moderna 2-3 weeks ago when he was here, they submitted trials since 2017. So I'm retaking the question, how is it possible that when we found out in the fall of December, winter of 2019 about this virus, they submitted tests of their vaccines years before we found out about the virus. And I'm still asking that question now. How is that possible? So these are the legit questions that we all ask, and that people are asking us. And unfortunately, they're declining to answer.
Wow, it turns out that Pfizer began clinical trials for the jabs on January 14th, 2020. That's almost 2 months before the pandemic was declared by the World Health Organization. Now, why, oh why, would they begin developing a vaccine for a virus before the pandemic of that virus had actually been declared? Moderna started the trials for their jabs in 2017, years before COVID began. Well, maybe this is how the pharmaceutical companies managed to produce their vaccines in record time, because they were already developing them before the pandemic was declared. But how could this be, I hear you ask? Well, there's only 2 explanations here. Either these pharmaceutical giants had access to knowledge about a future deadly pandemic through the use of psychic powers or time travel, or COVID was in fact a scam, a global conspiracy planned years in advance by nefarious and powerful forces. I'll let you decide which one of those explanations is most plausible in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Wow. So you can see, friends, this video exposes the lies that are being peddled. I don't know if my channel will continue with this platform, but they are the powers who are controlling the information. I will surrender this information to the Spirit of God, that everyone might be aware of the deception everywhere. And the signs of the end of times are indeed happening now. So friends, let us not be discouraged by those who accuse us of fear-mongering or alarmist trending. I would say, yes, we would like to let the people of the world know the first angel's message. Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come. And worship him who made the heaven, the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. Friends, we are in the judgment hour. And I pray that as you fear God, you will understand that the fear of God is to hate sin, just like God, the Father, the only true God and his Son, hates sin, and give extension of mercy to those of us who are yearning, hungering, and thirsting for righteousness' sake. So, friends, I ask you to spread the word around. I'm not sure if this is going to be my last video or not. I just want you to be aware. I'm demonetized long time ago. I'm defunded long time ago by this platform. And they really don't care about the truth. They care about their profit, their margin, so to speak, of from viewing videos with their propaganda and advertisements. So I just want you to be aware of that, and hopefully we can continue, or I can continue to spread the truth about God, the Father, and his Son, Jesus Christ, and the deception that is circulated around using even this platform that I'm using. But praise be to God for the temporal freedom. Soon we may not be able to have this. And I just want you to be aware and to take precautionary measure. Do not be deceived, says Jesus Christ. Before he comes, there will be a lot of this going to happen, whether in secular or in the spiritual world. So friends, brothers and sisters, may you be more prayerful, search the Bible, and fellowship with those who preach and teach the truth. And this is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom thou hast sent. John 17, verse 3.